ABC 13 was the only station there as charges were read against the man arrested in the deadly shooting of HPD Sergeant Harold Preston. ABC 13 reporter Charlie Edsity joins us now with those exclusive details. Good morning, Charlie.
Good morning, Stephen. Well, Manzano was not in court overnight because he is still in the hospital being treated for a gunshot wound to his stomach. But as you just said, our ABC 13 cameras, the only ones there as his charges were being read. And those charges are as follows: a capital murder and aggravated assault charge. The judge issued no bond for those charges. And Manzano also facing an attempted capital murder charge. And the judge did issue a bond for that one, $500,000. And we're also learning new details about that deadly shooting that took the life of HPD Sergeant Harold Preston and also left Officer Courtney Waller injured, as well as the suspect's 14-year-old son. Both of them were shot. Now, last Tuesday's incident came in as a domestic violence call when the suspect's wife and son were trying to gather up all of their belongings and leave the family's apartment. While Manzano, he was interviewed in his hospital bed and told investigators, he's claiming this, the officers fired first, which then caused him to shoot back. He says he fired about 5 times, but details from the investigation that were shared in court overnight state that the suspect actually fired 10 times. Now listen to the judge describe the injuries sustained by the officers and the suspect's son, who is referred to in court as JM.
Officer Waller was transported to the hospital. He was shot in his left arm around the bicep. Officer Waller survived his wound. JM was shot in his right arm above his elbow. The bullet is currently in his lower forearm. Sergeant Preston was transported to Memorial Hermann. He was shot in the chest and shot in the back of the head. He died as a result of his injuries.
And this week, memorial services are going to be happening for Sergeant Preston. Going to be happening on Thursday at Grace Community Church. The viewing will start at 8 o'clock in the morning, and the service going to begin at 11 a.m. Charlie Edsity, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Charlie. Now to breaking news from West Houston. The DA's office says a person was thrown about 100 feet after being hit by a car on Westheimer. ABC 13 reporter TJ Parker is at that intersection. In fact, the intersection of Westheimer and Fountain View. Good morning to you, TJ.
Yeah, good morning, Samika. The DA's office believes speed and alcohol were a factor in this crash. It happened in the crosswalk here, as you had mentioned, at Fountain View and Westheimer. Police telling us this is where a man was hit. Sean Tier, the DA's office, says the suspect driver may have been going double the speed limit here on Westheimer when he hit that person, and the impact threw that person at least 100 feet in the air. This happened just before 3. Tier says the suspect may have been trying to beat the red light here when he hit that man. Another driver who was stopped at the light saw what happened, flagged down a nearby officer who was able to catch up with the suspect driver and pulled him over at Hillcroft and took him into custody.
The pedestrian should be alive. Had the person been traveling at the right speed, had the person not been intoxicated, that pedestrian would be alive. None of us would be here. That's why it's so important not to drive intoxicated and not to drive recklessly. That's the only reason that we're all standing here. That's the reason that some family is going to get the absolute worst knock on the door that they could ever imagine. All because one individual decided to be selfish, have alcohol and/or drugs, and drive recklessly.
Yeah, just awful. Tier says so far 6 people have died from crashes where there'll be charges filed in the past 24 hours. 3 people died and 2 others were hurt in a crash in Northwest Harris County. There was a Chase felony murder early yesterday and an intoxicated manslaughter on North Shepherd on Saturday. As for this crash, no one has yet been identified. Tier says the suspect driver, though, at least will be charged with failure to stop and render aid and possibly intoxicated manslaughter. In West Houston, I'm TJ Parker, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
Thank you, TJ. The friend of a pilot that was killed in a small plane crash in the Wood Branch neighborhood is remembering him as such a kind person. Yesterday, that pilot lost control of the aircraft and crashed in between 2 homes. A passenger on board also died. Investigators are trying to determine what may have caused that crash.
Even until now, I cannot believe that it was him, because he's such a good person, such a good pilot, such an experienced, such a altogether very, very humble and kind human being. My heart is broken. Everyone's heart who I'm informing. all of them are heartbroken.
Well, the identities of the pilot and passenger have not been revealed yet. The pilot was known to be an experienced pilot and registered to fly in Porter.
A young Houston cancer patient doesn't have a lot of time left. That's why he was able to celebrate his favorite holiday a little bit early this year.
It was awesome. I didn't expect nearly as much cars today.
14-year-old Ryan Robertson enjoyed a Christmas parade in October. Santa even showed up. 1,200 cars were all part of that parade, and most of them were just strangers who didn't want to pass up the chance to help make Ryan smile. Our thoughts are definitely with him and his family.
Yes.
Well, Election Day is 8 days away next Tuesday, and early voting in Texas ends this Friday, October 30th. Across the country, an unprecedented 58 million ballots have already been cast. That's nearly 43% of the total votes counted in 2016. In Harris County, more than 26,000 people voted in person yesterday. 560 mail-in ballots also came back in. That means more than 1 million people have cast their ballots so far. And polling locations will have normal hours today, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., but many locations will stay open until 10 p.m. tomorrow and Wednesday to give you more time to vote. And on Thursday, there are 8 locations in Harris County that will be open for 24 hours. And as a reminder, as long as you are in line by the time the polls close, you will be able to cast your vote.
Well, the U.S. presidential election is reaching space. NASA astronaut Kate Rubins voted while on board the International Space Station. NASA posted this photo of her in front of a makeshift voting booth.
We consider it an honor to be able to vote from space, and so we fill out a form and we vote via absentee ballot. And if we can do it from space, then I believe folks can do it from the ground too.
Well, astronauts in space are allowed to vote due to a law passed back in 1997. Rubins says she also cast her ballot from the International Space Station during the 2016 election. Her 6-month ISS mission began October 14th, which was also her 42nd birthday. So happy birthday.
Very cool. All right. Speaking of cool, I guess kind of cool, our temperatures.
Yeah, we're expecting a drop in the temperatures. Today actually going to be the warmest of the next 10 days. So if you can manage to get through today, you've got some cooler weather headed in your direction. We've got a 30% chance for some wet weather as a frontal boundary stalled out to our north. That front is going to be moving very slowly toward the south and at some point stalling out over the area. So with a stalling front, we're going to see some showers out ahead of it, along with the front, those rain shower chances today, not ruling out 20 to 30%. Now, notice our temperature cache showing the separation of some cooler air and then the warm, moist air ahead of that front. There is going to be the potential for those temperatures to fall into the 40s and maybe even 50s. This particular model does really well with cold fronts, but sometimes could be a little too aggressive on the cooler temperatures. Unfortunately, the only way to know is to go through it. So we're going to see that temperature readings will be falling into the 50s as well here in the Houston area by tomorrow morning. And I think by the middle of the week, we could be dealing with even cooler conditions. Meanwhile, Tropical Storm Zeta, this storm system continuing to get its act together, expected to become a hurricane sometime today. It's very close to hurricane status with maximum sustained winds of 70 miles per hour. Will turn to the north on Wednesday morning and then eventually toward the north and east in the afternoon and then making landfall somewhere around south central Louisiana and as far east as Florida's Panhandle. For us, no major issues with this because we've got a steering flow that's going to keep this system away from Texas. Here you can see this trough of low pressure will eventually push into central Texas by the middle of the week and pushing the storm away from us. What we can expect, a couple of fronts moving through, that's going to allow for some cooler weather here by the end of the week. Those temperatures will start off in the 40s and only warm into the upper 60s to low 70s for Halloween.
All right, thanks, Alita. We are loving those cooler temperatures.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Thanks. Did you do a little dance?
Oh, yeah.
I think I missed it.
That's a fall boot dance.
There you go. Have a great day.
Thanks so much for joining us.